This white lady cop had all sorts of questions about Kanan.
What you gonna do when Kanan sees all your lies and mistakes, huh?
So one of the great things about going into episode 7 is we're entering uncharted territory. Everything we saw in the trailer is new, and so I expect episode 7, 8, 9 and 10 to be a lot more unpredictable with more twists and turns, and it really is a great place to be. Although we can put the pieces of the puzzle together when it comes to a few storylines, so this is where the action will pick up. I referenced episode 6 as a game of chess, where we lost one piece in Crown, but there are definitely a lot more characters who are treading on thin ice, one of them being Worrell, who continues to play both sides, and the other one is Detective Burke. Burke is someone who's closing in on every single bit of detail about Howard's past life. She's not just after the secret surrounding the son, she wants to know what he was up to during the period of 74 and 76, which of course when he was undercover, the time he had his relationship with Rock. But we've got the returning Symphony and Joaquin, and it does seem like there may be another death or two when we are back for episode 7 on October the 2nd. But we're gonna run through all things episode 7, breaking down this trailer scene by scene. Now the episode title is No Love Lost, and the synopsis reads: Rock searches for a new home. Lou finds himself on the other side of his partner's unpaid debts. Burke gains traction in her investigation on Howard, while a botched agreement with Marvin and an associate threatens everything. But starting with this continued chess game, Unique played it pitch perfect, and he still got Worrell on side. He took a play out of Rock's book by using Worrell inside of her organization, and although Rock knows she can't trust either of them because she's not stupid, she did drop the ball on knowing it was Worrell who gave up their product into Jersey. Only 3 people knew they were going to use a school bus: Lou, Marvin and Worrell, and of course Rock herself, so she should have known it was Worrell. But either way, she's stuck with both of them for now, but definitely keeping a close eye on both, because Kanan did teach us one thing in power.
What goes alive, the best way for me to approach this is to attack from the inside and bring you in that way.
The best way to attack your enemy is from the inside of their organization, and now we've got 2 alphas working in Rock's business, Rock and Unique. And what do you think is going to happen when they eventually clash and they've got different ideas of how to run things? There's going to be a divide amongst the soldiers, and then they'll have a decision to make. Which leader do they follow? Because there can only be one alpha. So they are both similar in a way, similar in the sense they're alphas and they use each other's plays. But Rock is ambitious, and way too ambitious for Marvin and Lou.
Work ain't nearly worth all this trouble.
What I just say, Lou?
Lou got a point though. Them Jersey niggas are all about the heroin anyway. You don't.
Now we've got Rock meeting Joaquin, telling him she's laying the groundwork to set up anywhere, but they do need to be smart, and Joaquin is someone who wouldn't agree to an expansion if it causes problems. In season 1, he showed us he's very similar to Dean, in the sense he wanted Rock to sort our issues out with law enforcement and the beef with Unique, but there are no guarantees in this game, and if you're gonna go for territory that belongs to others, blood will definitely be spilled. But she may have the backing of Cartier. He said he rolls hard in the streets, and with his connections to DC and Baltimore, Cartier could help Rock expand, but also away from the game, with bulletproof records, which I will come back to later on in this video. So sticking with Rock, Symphony's back, and it has been a while since we've seen Symphony. In fact, it was when Rock was looking for a new house, where Symphony actually broke things off with Rock. But the reason why Symphony is back is because he still cares about Rock and he still cares about Kanan. He had Detective Burke roll up on him asking about Kanan, and I think she's beginning to realize Kanan is the mystery son. So Burke can see the whole puzzle in front of her, but she's just missing a few pieces, and it's just whether or not she can find them before she gets what's coming to her. So not only is she proven to be a problem for Howard, but also Rock, and now they actually have something in common. So is this where Rock pulls the trigger on Detective Burke? Now, although I do think she's gonna get what's coming, we all know the risks of killing a cop, but then they run the risk of secrets being spilled, so it's one or the other. Both Detective Burke and Rock, they've got a choice to make. Now, not only do we see Rock with a gun in hand, so is Kanan. Now, we saw a dark turn in his character in episode 6, and it's the first time we've seen him flip a switch in that manner, and it's only gonna get even more darker and darker. Rock always taught him to stand up for himself from day one, but she also taught him to lie. The The great liar and manipulator we saw in Power were traced from Rock, and Howard does say her lies are gonna catch up, and Howard knows exactly what he was doing by giving the paternity results to Kanan in episode 6, and not anytime sooner. He was there for Kanan when Rock wasn't. He didn't want to push too hard too soon, and he also wanted Rock to continue to lie, because the paternity results is his trump card, and now Kanan will realize he asked his mom, but she lied and lied, and sooner rather than later we're gonna see Kanan turning on Rock. But you can't pull the trigger on emotion, where we see Marco entering someone's house, and I do get the feeling maybe Marvin's using Marco to take out Toni, which definitely does make sense along with the synopsis. He learned that Toni lives in Westchester, and so does Marco, so I'm only putting 2 and 2 together. This could be Marco doing Marvin a favor, where he then owes him one in return, so it may be lights out for Toni in episode 7. Now, coming to Lulu, the synopsis does tell us Crown's debts will follow, and if we were to take it back to season 1, Crown was someone who was always in debt, and now it's no surprise he owes people.
Say, you Lou? Crown said to talk to you about the money. Hey, look, man, nothing's coming off that truck until this is taken care of in advance.
Discount if I pay in cash.
Yeah, 10%.
So ironically, Crown may be dead, but he's still causing Lou a hell of a lot of problems, just when he thought he got rid of him. But we all know what happens in this game. When you get rid of one problem, another one arises, and it's just the same in the real world of business. So this is where Cartier comes in, but this help doesn't come for free, and I wonder what the price is. Bulletproof records. Now, Lou made a point of him not being able to do what Crown does when it comes to some aspects in the music world, and this is where Lou may need the helping hand of Cartier, but he's a businessman, and there's definitely some manipulation from Rock. In my breakdown, I mentioned how Rock wanted Lou to kill Crown. She wanted him gone, so Cartier could step in, and what that does is allow Rock to also step in and have a place where she can clean her cash. She definitely used Crown as a pawn, and she triggered Lou by telling him he made a move behind his back. But when it comes to this partnership with Cartier, is he gonna be better off or worse? I think worse, because Rock did make a point in season 1 of how his shit is her shit, and she's the one who's been funding the record label. Now elsewhere, again, something we don't often see in the trailers is a story of Duke, but it is a story which I'm so intrigued and invested in, because where we've seen Kanan turn somewhat into a savage, we haven't seen the real turn of Duke. But when it happens, it's gonna be quick and it's gonna be deadly, and she's gonna turn even colder than Kanan. But that's a breakdown of episode 7's trailer, where there is a 1-week break, so Raising Kanan will be returning on October the 2nd. So drop all your thoughts down below and all your predictions for episode 7, 8, 9, and how you think season 2 will end. Drop all your thoughts down below in the comment section, and of course if you are new to the channel and you haven't done so already, then remember to smash the subscribe button if you want to see everything Power Book 3 and Power Universe related. But as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.